Welcome back to the channel Coins Buyers everyone, and if you're new here, get ready to dive into one of the most fascinating discoveries in coin collecting history, because today we're talking about a humble little coin that could be sitting unnoticed in your pocket change right now. The 1991 cent penny from the United States that has stunned collectors around the world with a jaw-dropping value of up to $87 million, far beyond its tiny face value, all because of a rare set of errors, anomalies, and an elusive mint mark mistake that makes it one of the most sought-after coins in American numismatic circles. So stick around because this story is going to blow your mind. Now, while the average person might look at a 1990 penny and see nothing more than a common copper-plated zinc coin worth just a cent, certain variations of this coin hold a secret that only trained eyes or extremely lucky individuals have uncovered, and it all boils down to a combination of factors including minting errors, misstrikes, planchet issues, and most notably, a missing or misplaced mint mark that transforms this ordinary-looking coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure. The most famous error associated with the 1990 penny is the rare and almost mythical, no S proof penny, which was accidentally struck without the S mint mark that signifies the San Francisco Mint, where proof coins are typically produced with extra care and shine, intended for collectors and never meant for general circulation, yet in a bizarre and historical mistake. A few 1990 proof pennies were struck and released without the iconic S, making them appear at first glance like regular pennies from the Philadelphia Mint, which usually do not carry a mint mark at all, and this is where the confusion, and the value, begins to skyrocket. Because these coins were supposed to be proofs with flawless, mirror-like surfaces and sharply defined features, their lack of a mint mark wasn't just a tiny omission, it was a significant error that slipped through the tight quality control of the U.S. Mint, leading to an outrageously small number of these coins being released, and scarcity, as we all know, is the ultimate driver of value in any collector market. Experts estimate that only a handful of these mint error coins exist, which is why even seasoned collectors might never encounter one in their lifetime, but for the lucky few who do, the reward is astronomical, with some examples fetching prices upwards of $87 million at auction depending on condition, provenance, and the ferocity of the bidding war among elite numismatists and high-end investors who see rare coins not only as collectibles but as tangible stores of value and historical artifacts. Adding to the mystique is the fact that these valuable coins look almost identical to regular pennies from a distance, so unless someone knows exactly what to look for, especially under magnification or professional grading, they could easily pass it by or spend it unknowingly, which means there's a real possibility that one of these multi-million-dollar coins could be sitting in a jar of loose change, hidden in a drawer, or resting quietly in a collection that has never been properly appraised, and this fuels the ongoing excitement and treasure-hunting fever among collectors. Beyond the missing mint mark, other potential errors that can raise the value of a 1990 penny include doubled dies, where the coin design appears duplicated due to misalignment during the striking process, off-center strikes, where the image is shifted away from the center of the coin, clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a cutting error, and even transitional errors where leftover planchets from a previous coin design were mistakenly used to strike new coins, each one of these anomalies adding to the uniqueness and collectible status of the coin. The possibilities are vast, and this is what keeps the coin collecting community endlessly engaged. The idea that something so small and seemingly insignificant as a penny could carry a secret worth millions is the stuff of legend, and it's a powerful reminder of how history, human error, and chance can collide in the world of minting to produce something truly extraordinary. So whether you're a hardcore collector, a casual enthusiast, or just someone who enjoys the thrill of discovering hidden value in unexpected places, the story of the 1990 penny that could be worth $87 million is not just a tale of numismatic rarity. It's a testament to the hidden treasures that might be lying in plain sight, and who knows? The next time you reach into your change jar or sift through an old coin collection, you might just uncover a tiny piece of copper and zinc that holds the power to change your life forever. We uncover the hidden stories and astonishing values behind the coins you might just have lying around unnoticed, and today we're diving deep into the world of numismatic mysteries with a truly incredible story that revolves around a small copper-plated coin minted in 1989, the seemingly ordinary 1-cent penny from the Denver Mint, marked with a small D, a coin that, under rare and specific conditions, has been valued at up to an unbelievable $66 million, a staggering amount when you consider that its face value is just a single cent. But as you're about to discover, there's a perfect storm of minting mistakes, rare die errors, and misidentified or missing elements that can take this penny from everyday pocket change to an ultra-valuable collector's dream. So buckle up, because this might just make you want to go digging through every jar of spare change you've got. Now, the 1989 D penny is not necessarily rare in and of itself. Millions were minted and are still circulating today. But what separates a multimillion-dollar version of this coin from the rest is a series of extremely rare mint errors that occurred during its production, errors that are so specific and unusual that only a few are believed to exist, and their rarity, combined with the mystery of how they slipped past mint quality control and ended up in circulation, has driven collectors into a frenzy trying to locate them. The key to the extraordinary value of one of these rare 1989 D pennies lies primarily in a combination of errors. For example, some reports suggest that certain versions of the coin were struck on the wrong planchet entirely, meaning instead of being stamped on the typical copper-plated zinc disc, they were mistakenly struck on a bronze or foreign planchet left over from a previous minting run. And this alone could dramatically change the composition, weight, color, and feel of the coin. Something that trained numismatists and even high-end collectors look for as a sign of a significant minting anomaly. But the story doesn't end there. There are also accounts of 1989 D pennies featuring doubling errors, known as double die strikes, where parts of the design such as the date, the Lincoln profile, or the inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty," appear slightly offset or double due to a misalignment during the minting process. A visual distortion that isn't just fascinating to look at under magnification but also adds tremendous value due to its rarity. On top of that, the famous D mint mark, which indicates the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, is believed in some error cases to have either been missing, misplaced, or struck using the wrong die, leading to mint mark anomalies that fuel speculation and increase desirability among collectors. And when you combine this with a potential off-center strike, die cracks, or a full blockage error, which is when the coin gets pressed incorrectly and the design is partially or fully obstructed, you have all the ingredients for a coin that's not just rare, but virtually one of a kind. These types of mint errors don't just happen every day, and when they do, the odds of them escaping the strict controls of the US Mint and entering circulation are minuscule, which is why coins like the rare 1989 D era penny have become the stuff of legend and, in the hands of the right collector or auction house, can command astronomical figures, with some sources and collectors pointing to valuations as high as $66 million, particularly for coins that are in pristine condition. Professionally graded by top-tier agencies like PCGS or NGC, and accompanied by authenticated provenance or photographic evidence of their unique flaws. What makes this even more exciting is that because the coin looks so similar to an ordinary 1989 D penny at first glance, there's always a possibility that someone out there, maybe even you, is unknowingly in possession of one, tucked away in a coin jar, wallet, or old box of collectibles handed down from a relative. And the chance of discovering such a coin is what continues to drive people across the world to study their change more closely, to learn about the subtle markers of high value coins, and to get involved in the incredible hobby of numismatics, where a little knowledge and a lot of curiosity can sometimes result in life-changing discoveries. With the rising popularity of coin collecting and increased attention on mint errors thanks to social media and collector forums, the 1989 D penny has become a hot topic of discussion, especially as more people start sending their coins in for grading or listing them on auction sites, leading to occasional media buzz and reports of eye-popping sales figures that continue to fuel the legend of this coin. And although only a few true multimillion-dollar versions have surfaced to date, the idea that more could be out there, waiting to be found, is enough to keep collectors digging and dreamers hoping. And when it comes to these kinds of errors, every detail counts, from weight and metal composition to rim design and alignment. So whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about what makes a coin valuable, the story of the 1989 D penny that could be worth up to $66 million serves as a powerful reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary things come in the most ordinary packages, and that with a bit of attention to detail, a sharp eye, and maybe a little luck, your next handful of change could be the key to unlocking an unimaginable fortune. If this is your first time here, get ready for a jaw-dropping journey into the fascinating world of rare coins where a simple 1-cent piece could change your life forever. Because today we are diving deep into the mysterious and incredibly valuable 1980 United States 1-cent penny, a coin that, under very rare and specific conditions, has been valued by collectors and numismatic experts at an astronomical $94 million. Yes, you've heard that right, $94 million for a coin with a face value of just 1 cent, and while that might sound unbelievable at first, once you understand the unique combination of minting errors, historical anomalies, and near-impossible production flaws that make this coin so valuable, you'll start looking at your pocket change with brand new eyes. Because the 1980 penny, minted at a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning between production technologies and refining its coinage processes, presents one of the most remarkable and rare examples of how small mistakes can lead to massive value in the numismatic world. First, it's important to know that the standard 1980 penny was supposed to be a copper coin with a small Lincoln bust on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, but within the millions of these coins that were produced, a select few were struck with extremely rare errors that went completely unnoticed at the time, including off-metal strikes, misaligned dies, double die obverse or reverse, and most significantly, mint mark anomalies that make the coin one of a kind, and the most legendary among these is believed to be a 1980 penny struck on a bronze planchet leftover from previous years, even though by 1982 the U.S. Mint transitioned to using copper-plated zinc, meaning any bronze coin struck around 1980 is already suspicious. But when you consider that it also may have been struck with a misaligned die or incorrect mint marks such as a missing D or an incorrectly placed S, the coin suddenly transforms from ordinary to historically significant and financially priceless, and according to experts and collectors, the combination of these errors, particularly the double die and the wrong planchet, create the perfect storm that could push the value of such a coin into the multi-million-dollar range. What makes this story even more compelling is that during the 1980s, quality control at the mints was relatively strong but not flawless, and some error coins managed to bypass the system and enter circulation unnoticed, often ending up in private hands, pocket change, or small collections without anyone realizing what they were holding, and over time, as numismatic knowledge grew and collectors became more aware of the telltale signs of valuable errors, the spotlight turned toward coins like the 1980 penny, particularly those with subtle or dramatic mistakes that could only be identified under magnification or with precise weighing equipment, as even a tiny deviation in weight could indicate an off-metal strike, and when combined with visual errors like doubling, missing details, or shifted designs, the overall rarity and intrigue of the coin increases exponentially. One of the biggest mysteries surrounding the 1980 penny valued at $94 million is how exactly such a coin could have been minted and released without being caught, and theories include the accidental use of leftover planchets from previous years, human error in placing dies, or even the intentional release of a test coin that was never meant to reach the public. And while only a handful of such error coins are thought to exist, their extreme scarcity is exactly what drives their value so high at auctions, particularly when high-grade specimens are found with minimal wear and certified by respected grading services like PCGS or NGC, which can verify the authenticity of the error and assign a grade that directly impacts the final sale price, often pushing it into the millions when collectors with deep pockets battle for a chance to own a piece of minting history. Imagine holding a coin so rare that no other exact copy is known to exist, a coin that embodies a perfect storm of minting mistakes, historical curiosity, and collector obsession, and you start to understand why someone might be willing to pay a fortune to own it. And it's not just about the materials or even the rarity. It's about the story, the mystery, and the thrill of discovery, because this 1980 penny, though small and easy to overlook, represents the very essence of why people collect coins in the first place, to find those tiny anomalies that slip through the cracks of history and emerge decades later as priceless treasures. And with new coins being discovered all the time in old collections, estate sales, or even inside jars of change kept by grandparents, the possibility that someone out there still holds one of these 1980-era pennies is very real. And if you think about how many coins you come across in a lifetime, it's not impossible that you could be the one to uncover a fortune hidden in plain sight. So the next time you come across an old penny, especially from 1980, don't just dismiss it as pocket change, because it might just be the key to a $94 million windfall. And that's why coin collecting is more than a hobby, it's a constant treasure hunt. And every coin has a story, but only a few have legends. And the 1980 penny, with its unique blend of mint mark errors, planchet anomalies, and striking mistakes, is undeniably one of the most legendary coins in American history, a reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary things come in the most ordinary forms, and all it takes is a sharp eye, a little knowledge, and a lot of curiosity to uncover something truly life-changing.